Hey guys, hey, it's Gigi. Welcome back to Queen Style Libra. Um, if you are new to the channel, be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you are a returning subscriber, hey boy, hey girl, hey, thanks for stopping by. And I appreciate you. So today, questions of the day. Normally, with the questions of the day, I normally would just like post them, like in a short video, but I wanted to kind of come on and go pretty much in depth. I probably still will post them up throughout the day, as you know I get the urge, the download, the push to do it. Not the push, but I get the download to do it. Like, hey, just post a, just pull a card and somebody needs it, whatever. So for your first card, we have what kind of routines or habits limit my experience of everyday life. And then your second question here is what happened if I didn't try to control my future? And then your third one is who am I? With this third one, a lot of people, even myself, has had a problem with answering that question. It's like, who am I? What am I here to do? What makes me happy? What do I want? Where do I want to be? Where do I want to go? And all these other things. Like, what makes me me? And like I said, a lot of people have trouble answering that "who am I" question because they genuinely don't know who they are. And I remember I was at a job with two girls, and one of the girls asked the other girl that. She was like, "No, but who are you?" And she really couldn't answer it. She was just like, "I don't know." And that was kind of heart wrenching because it's like, although we supposed to know, but yeah, our daily experience of life and stuff like that will keep hindering us. Especially when it comes to resisting changing of cycles and stuff like that. And we really need to just really tap into who we are, like what makes us happy, like what is our purpose to be in here. Really doing a lot of self discovery on who we are. And saying, who am I? I'm strong. I am beautiful. Like that's like a lot of people. Um, that's like you asking somebody a question, and that's like you asking somebody like, what is happiness to you? And then they're giving you the definition of happiness, but they're not telling you what is happiness to me. Happiness is, a mindset. Happiness is being able to wake up in the morning and being able to create my own schedule and work for myself, and to know that what I'm doing on a daily basis is for my highest purpose, is for my highest good. Happiness is, financial freedom. Happiness is mine. It's a freedom of it's freedom of, any traumas that I've been through. Happiness is, some people happiness is going to the damn bar. I don't know. Everybody happiness is different, okay? Everybody happiness. If you ask everybody what happiness actually means to them, most people that don't know what happiness means to them, they will give you the definition of what happiness is. And you have to stop them and say, no, not with the definition of what happiness is, but what does it mean to you? What does happiness look like and feel like to you on your daily basis? And for those who, for those who really can't, who can't really answer that question, that's because they have some work to do on themselves. They don't really know who they are. They don't really know the person that they are. And a lot of people, like I said, they short sell themselves because they are stronger and more powerful than what they actually put on, than what they actually know. And because they don't know that power, or they run from it because they're so scared of it, they actually pushes it away and causes them to be in more disarray as life go on, until they figure out, like, this is what I'm doing, this is what I want, this is where I'm going to go, blah blah blah. So ask yourself today, who are you? Like, who are you? Sit yourself down. Even if you got to do this in front of a mirror, even if you got to turn on your camera and point your camera, sit your camera on your ring light, or however you have it. Maybe you have one of those cameras with like the little kickstands in the back or something, like the phone with the the case with the kickstands in the back and stuff like that. And you have to really just look at yourself, go into a mirror or something like that, and look at yourself and say, who am I? Like, who am I? What am I here to do? What is my mission? Like, What makes me happy? What makes me me? And all of this other stuff. Like, what makes me me? What about me do I love about myself? Um, and all of this other stuff. So this is your first one of the day. Who are you? Who are you? Who are you? The second one is, what would happen if I didn't try to control my future? And that's a big one because, a lot of us, we have, especially me, I'm going to put myself in that. We have control issues and we want to control the narrative and control how things play out and control this and control this and control that, and without letting it just freely just flow to us. Like, we want to control it. We want to know the outcome. We want to know the who, what, when, where, why, and how at every given second. We don't want to be surprised. We don't want to be, out with it. And I can say this stemmed from me as a child. Like, I wanted to be in control of everything. Like, if my friends were off in the corner talking and I wasn't in that conversation, it was like, why are y'all talking about me? But that was my own, self-esteem issues and stuff like that as a child. But it's like, even now, it's like I want to, we want to control everything. But what would happen if you really didn't try to control the situation, the outcome, the narrative, right? What happens if you just was like, you know what, I'm just gonna roll with the punches. I'm gonna just let that shit go, and I'm gonna just let it flow. You know what I'm saying? What would happen if if I just fell back from it and I just allowed the situation to, come forth to me? Like, what would happen? What would happen? It's scary because you don't know. You're in the dark. But that's the fun part about it. Is the fun part about not knowing is not knowing, because you open so many doors for possibilities for whatever you're asking for to come in so many different ways. Yeah, it might not come in the way that you manifest it, the way that you want it to come in, but baby, it's gonna come in. All right, it's gonna come in. That's like okay. Let's say you're manifesting a car. A lot of people, it's like, yeah, I want this car, blah blah blah, and you're trying to control it. You're up on Craigslist. I don't know who going on Craigslist now, child. I don't know. But you up doing all this research and you looking at all these people that's selling this type of cars and stuff like that, and you out there like, okay, they want 30,000 for this car. Okay, this person wants 2,400 for this car. Okay, this person wants 24,000 for this car. Okay, this person wants 16,000 for this car. Okay, this person wants this for this car. This person wants that for this car. And the car got problems. The car got issues, and you gotta not only do you gotta pay to get this car and all this other stuff you gotta put in the bag, but now you got issues on top of issues because now this car needs work done. Instead of you saying, I deserve that car, and when it's meant for me to get that car, I'm gonna get it. But for then, I'm gonna rock with what I got. I'm going to love what I have. I'm going to cherish what I have. I'm going to appreciate what I have. And then once you let it go and then blah, 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 boom, boom, you get what you want. That car just magically pops up in your life. Maybe it's somebody you work with that's like, yeah, my uncle is selling this car. It's a 2004, Honda Accord, or if it's a 2015 Nissan Altima and stuff like that. And it's like, what? I've been looking for this car. Like, hook me up with your uncle, and then probably you're just like, okay, cool. And then that person kind of fades off. They don't talk about it no more. They don't bring up their uncle. They don't bring up the car no more. And then one day the uncle comes in, right? He comes in and he's driving the car that he's trying to sell. That's crazy, but people really do that. He's driving the car he's trying to sell, and he tells you like, yeah, I'm trying to sell this car, and blah blah blah. Yeah, and then he driving. You go outside, you see it, you fall in love with it. Boom, it came right to you. It didn't come how you wanted it to come. It didn't come how you expected it to come, but it still came. That's a relationship. You have to. Some people are so stuck and so gun ho on dating their own kind, and I know, we want to, stay within our, our race and stuff like that. But just think about the beauty of dating other than what you're used to, or the lessons that you're going to get to that. Like myself, I was the type of person, chocolate, dark chocolate, my black guy, But now I'm just like, I wouldn't mind a taste of something else. You know what I'm saying? And when you're in that energy of being open and receptive and, just like, it is what it is. Like, if, bring it on, like, what's out there? What's out there? Let me know. You know what I'm saying? The universe will bring you so many other people that's so different from you, but yet kind of similar to you, but not. It's so weird. Like, I pretty much changed up my whole style and what I viewed as the perfect person, because there's no such thing as perfection. There's not. So if I continue to control a narrative on what I want, or the expectations of something, then it's not going to come into fruition. And if it does, it's not going to be what I want, because I didn't give that thing enough time to grow and plant those seeds properly. Because as I'm planting them seeds, I'm over the grass, looking at the plants, looking at the dirt, like I'm watering you. Are you growing yet? And it's like, stop trying to control it. And this is something, like I said, this is something that I'm definitely going through my own process of. That's why I could come on and tell y'all, stop trying to control it. And when it's going to come in, it's going to come in. Yeah, I know some of us have such control issues. Such control issues. And we want to know the who, what, when, where, why, how. But sometimes you got to just think about it and say, is it necessary to know everything? Or is it necessary to just know certain things? Like, do I need to know everything about the situation, or do I just need to know the creme of the creme, little bits of pieces, Like, it's like people when they get love readings, and it's like, who's coming towards me, and they like, oh, it's this person, it's a Cancer, and this Cancer, this, or it's a Virgo, or it's a Pisces, or it's a Leo, and you probably know a Cancer, a Virgo, a Pisces, and a Leo from past, and you're like, it better not be that person coming back. I see it all the time, and it's like, but what if it's a new person with that in that energy? What if it's somebody totally new? So let's kind of like take that person out and just be like, you know what? This is a new person. This is a new job. This is a new house. This is a new state. This is a new town. You know what I'm saying? This is a new country. Maybe some of y'all want to move out the country to another country. I do. Okay. And it's like, you have to learn how to detach yourself. And I know sometimes, saying it is hard. Trust me, saying it and doing it. It's saying it is one thing, doing it is another thing. I know it can be really, really hard to just kind of let go of those control issues, because you wanna know the narrative, you wanna know the story so bad. But sometimes the best part of the story is the surprise of the story. Just imagine if, right, just imagine if, just like my people out there that's in relationships, right? If you knew everything your person was going to do, like if your person was going to propose to you, and you knew everything, you knew when he was going to get the ring, what type of ring he or she was going to get, when they was going to propose, where, how, the decorations, the settings, and everything like that, the time, the everything. How are you surprised when you already know every fucking thing? You know what restaurant you're going to eat at, or if it's going to be, on the beach or in a barn somewhere, and it's going to be like, everything already. So what's the purpose of surprising you? What's the purpose? What's the purpose of me like, I can't wait for my person to propose to me? You already know it. You already know the who, what, when, where, why, and hows. So just tell him, listen, just put the ring on my finger. I already know. I already know. But do you want to be, or do you want to be surprised? Do you want to be mind blown? Like, wow. Do you want to have a story to tell your children? Do you want to have a story to look back on yourself? It's like we have to let go of the control issues and try and stop trying to control our future and how things are going to happen and how things are going to play out and who and what to and how this is going to be. We have to just learn how to just be like, it's okay to breathe. That inner child is going a little crazy inside of you, and you have to let her know or let him know. Listen, go sit in the corner, baby. It's going to be okay. This has to happen. This tower has to fall. The tower has to fall. And then for your other card is, what kind of routines or habit limit my experience of everyday life? What do you do every day that limits your ability to move? Like, are you a person that's built on excuses? You know, oh, I don't feel like doing this. Oh, I don't have the energy to do that. Oh, I don't. Oh, what? Why do I have to? Oh, what's a to's it? What's a who's it? Are you waking up negative? Are you waking up on the wrong side of the bed every day? You know, how you normally wake up, it can also be how you live your day, how your day affects you. So if you wake up and the first thing you do is look at your comments and you're negative and you're cursing people out and all this other stuff, like, you already woke up in a bad energy. What type of routines are you doing? Like, are you creating or setting a healthy lifestyle, a healthy daily routine for yourself where you can get into a peace of mind in the morning and really figure out what it is that you're trying to achieve? What's the message? What's my overall energy for today? Okay, I put so much focus into somebody else, or I put so much focus into a job, and the managers at this fucking job ain't treating me right. They're not giving me my recognition. Okay, well, let me put the focus into myself. Okay, let me create something for myself. Okay, are you creating self-care routines in the morning? Are you taking care of yourself? Are you praying? Are you meditating? Are you saying gratitudes? Or like, what are you doing? Are you eating healthy? Are you working out? Are you doing yoga? Are you doing anything? Like, if the first thing you do is when you get up, you check your phone and it's already you bitching at somebody or something like that, it's like, these are the routines that you are programming yourself to be in. This is your routine. What are your habits? Is your habit, soon as you get up, you don't wash your ass, you gotta go smoke. Soon as you get up, you gotta curse people out. It's like, create healthy habits and routines for yourself in the morning. I want to say in the morning because that genuinely affects the rest of your day. If you have to wake up early in the morning at 3 o'clock in the morning just so you can take a shower and you can meditate and light your candles and burn your sage or your palo santo and your incense, and say your prayers and say your gratitude list and do some yoga. Maybe you don't the gym is too far from you, so maybe you got to do home workouts and stuff like that. It's like, you got to get yourself into a healthy habit, a healthy routine of you for every day, you know. If you have hyperpigmentation, okay, let me find a beauty routine that works for me and my hyperpigmentation. If you want to get into makeup, if that's like you want to start a YouTube, but you keep having excuses on why you can't start a YouTube. Oh, well, I don't have this and I don't have that, and this, and it's like, just start. All you need to do is start. All you need to do is start. Trust me, I was that person. I needed to have everything, right? I wanted to have the whole entire enchilada, the whole shebang. I needed everything and more before. And it was just like, but why don't you just start? And then you can just get as you go. Get as you go. You know? Um, and like I said, a lot of us have fallen off of a lot of things. Like, I had two routines that I used to do in the morning, and I had fell off of those routines. I remember, and want to know, because I didn't want to buy more of the product, because I was like, listen, I spent $200 and something dollars on these products, and mind you, I got a discount because I have worked at the location, so it's like, I spent $200 just on my discount. So if I don't use my discount, that means that I'm spending like $300, and your girl, she not doing that. Like, let me tell you something. I was a cheap ass, okay? A cheap ass, okay? Now, when it came to like ugly sweatsuits and stuff like that, I spend the money and stuff. But when it came to like other stuff, I was just like, baby, that's not worth it. And then I had to look at it and be like, it is worth it because it's worth it for me. And I'm creating a routine that I'm utilizing these products in. So therefore, it is worth it. So now when I do go and I do spend the money on it, it's not a guilt or shopper's remorse, buyer's remorse, and stuff like that. Like, oh man, I shouldn't have bought it. I'm gonna return it and stuff like that. It's like, no, I'm creating these things to literally better me on a daily basis. So that's like people say eating healthy is expensive, right? It is a little bit more expensive. But look at the benefits of it that you're going to get on a day in and day out basis of eating healthy. And if you need to do a fast or maybe like an OMAD or something like that, just to save money and stuff like that, that's perfectly okay. Because like I said, eating healthy is pretty expensive. Organic bananas and regular and the other bananas, baby, I'll be at the register like uh scratching my head like maybe I can put these organic bananas back. But I'm like, you know what? No, I'm not gonna put them back because, obviously they're good, they're healthy, whatever the situation may be. Um they work for me. Overall, they work for me and stuff like that. So think of what kind of routines or habits limit your life experiences. Is it because you're staying in a house because you don't want to go out? You giving yourself excuses not to go out. You don't want to socialize with people and all this other stuff. So it's like, you know what? I'm just gonna stay in the house every day, and I'm gonna allow people to come to me. Who's gonna know you exist if you don't never go out? And trust me, I was the person that used to take myself out all the time to the movies. I took myself out to dinner. I took myself out. I took myself away on my birthdays and stuff like that. And then it kind of stopped, and then I wasn't doing it anymore and stuff like that. So now I'm just in the energy of, like I used to do that, and I need to get back into the energy of doing it. And even if it's traveling, if you live somewhere where you can take a bus somewhere, um, I will go to Jersey for a day and stuff like that, and just be out there and to and I mainly like go to the malls because I don't know much about New Jersey, but I do know where the malls are at in New Jersey, and I do know how to get to the malls. So I would go and just be at a mall for a day. If you Even if you want to go to like Jersey City and walk around, or go to somewhere where you can just walk around and really learn and really you know see so much of life. If you live in New York, why don't you just go down to the Port Authorities or find the Chinese bus and go to Atlantic City, or go to Pennsylvania, or go to Washington D.C., or somewhere for a day where you can just relax for a day and then come back and stuff like that. Even if you don't got your passport and you just go to Buffalo, you go to the New York side of Niagara Falls for a night and stuff like that. It's like it's doing something for you. Well, I mean, it's 8 hours on that bus, so you probably want to leave like the day before and stuff like that. So you want to take off like 3 days, maybe 4, because you got the 8 hours. If you don't want to pay, for like a flight or something like that, I'm just saying it's like an 8 hour drive or stuff. And you just gotta do things to get you back to where you are. And all of these play into each other because you have to figure out who you are and how you're coming off and how you're treating yourself in order to know what kind of habits and routines that you are limiting yourself from experiencing, or putting blockages on yourself, and telling yourself that you can't because you're trying to control something, whether it's something for right now or something for the future. So all of these play into each other, and you have to really come to most people would say come to Jesus moment. um and I have this one card that's here, and it's sticking out to me too. um it says, how would I want people to remember me when I'm no longer here? What is the message that you want to send to people? What is the I came, I saw, I conquered, that you want people to know? Your children, what do you want them to remember you by? Your family members, your friends, what do you want them to remember you by? You as a loving, helpful, loyal type of person, or you as a bitchy person that didn't care about nobody? You always started drama, you always was in trouble, you always was this, all this negative energy. It's like, what do I want people to know? Like, I was helpful, I was a business person, I was this, I was this, I was that, I was just amazing. Of course, you're not going to be amazing to everybody. That's just how it flows. That's just what it is. You're not going to be amazing to everybody, but you can be amazing to yourself. Um, You know, like this card was sticking out to me. It was just like, hello, hello, hello. So I had to pull it. Um, you know, and this ties back into who you are and your routines and your habits. How do you want people to remember you? But who are you for people to remember? Like who are you? What is your core value? What do you stand for? What do you stand for? What do you stand for? What? You know? So, you know, you guys, I just want y'all to take these questions into your daily consideration and ask yourself these questions. What kind of routines or habits limit my experience of everyday life? What am I not doing? Maybe creating more self love. Maybe you don't have enough self love in your everyday life. Maybe you know, like I said, bog yourself down with so much negativity because you're used to it. So you have to change that mindset. Maybe you sitting on your ass, you want things to come to you instead of you going to get it. And I know, you know, we are in this empress energy where we in the emperor energy where we go get it, and then the empress energy where we allow it to come to us. So it's like we have to figure out our flaws and our, you know, where we falling short at in order for us to grow and say, you know what, that's what it is. That's what I need to work on. That's what I need to fix. That's what I need to get to. That's where I need to go, and blah blah blah. This is what I need to stop doing in order for me to get here. You know, and you have to create healthy routines in your everyday life. You know what it is? If it's like, you know, how I normally tell people, like, you know, we all watch tarot and stuff like that. Like, you know, if you're here, hey, we know. And sometimes, you know, those moments when you don't no longer, when you no longer resonate with your favorite readers, is because you have learned the lesson from them. So it's time for them to teach the lessons to other people. Other people are newer people are coming in to learn lessons, and you have graduated, and it's okay. And sometimes, you know, especially like us, we can be binge watchers of tarot. We could be, you know, and it's like you have to use your discernment and know what is for you and what isn't for you, what messages resonate and what don't. And sometimes it's okay. You know, I understand it's our favorite reader. We want to tune in and want to hear what they say. But if your discernment is not there yet, if your logical mind isn't built up to be as strong yet, and you're still in that flow of just being an emotion, then you're going to think that that story is about you. And just now, just now in my head, I heard, I bet you think this song is about you. It's like you're going to think that it is about you, and it's not. It's not. It is absolutely not about you. It's somebody else, and maybe once upon a time it was, and maybe you've grown from it, but because you're so deluded and you're so blocked off and you're blinding yourself and you're keeping yourself in a cycle that you have completed already. It's like, move out the way, Joe. Move out the way. Move out the way. Why are you still there? You know, and like I can sit back and I can laugh because I was this person that everything was oh I know that this is nice. Oh I know. This is happening. Instead of me just looking at it and being like, okay, this is not about me. Tune out. I was just like all into it, like all into it. And I had to understand and learn, like, you know, it's so many people that's on this journey, and so many people are starting or, you know, have similar situations and starting how I started, similar, like, you know, not the exact same way, but we have similar, you know, starting stories, you know. We have similar openers, and you have to understand that certain people, new people are coming in every day. So of course, you know, it is what it is. We tend to not resonate with it, but sometimes you just have to be like, you know what, let me put myself back. And when it comes to, like I said, when it comes to new people coming in, if you're watching, you know, career readings or reading about, you know, newness coming into your life, don't associate that with what has already happened in life. Like, expand yourself. When they talk about, oh, you got this new, um, Gemini come into your life and you dated two Gemini, you can't, don't be like, oh, I knew it was these two people. Be like, who is this new person that's coming in? You know, just like put a different perspective on it, because you want to open yourself up to be um open to newness and stuff like that. You don't want to control it and be like, oh no, another Gemini? I am not dealing with another Gemini. I've had two and they were horrible. It's like, they were horrible. I hate them. It's like, because they were a reflection of you. Okay, they were a reflection of you. Um, so definitely, we have to get into that energy of just flowing and allowing things and creating new healthy habits and routines for ourselves. Whether that's eating more healthy, working out, going for walks, taking more time to just nurture us from the inside out, and to really know that we deserve everything that we want, like all the happiness, all the abundance, all the joy, that house, that car, that career, and everything. But it all starts and ends with us. If you don't believe it, and nobody else gonna believe it, you can talk that talk, but you ain't gonna be able to walk that walk. Okay? So these are your questions of the day. I want y'all to really just bask in this energy and really ask yourself these questions and really see where you have room of improvement in yourself. Can nobody change you but you? Okay? So I just want to thank you all for taking the time to, just listen, and hopefully this message, reaches your ears, reaches your heart, reaches your body, and make sure you're doing a lot more healthy, things for yourself. Not to please nobody else, not to, but just for your whole growth and happiness and ascension and everything like that. Because at the end of the day, you matter first and foremost. So don't allow anyone or anything to make you feel like you have to put you on a back burner because of their needs. So, especially a job. If you feel like you got to take a week off to get you together, take that week off. And if they have a problem with it, then that's their business. You got to worry about you. If you're not 100% complete and healthy, what you going to do there? If you useless to yourself, you useless to them. You know what I'm saying? So I want to thank you guys for stopping by and, getting your gems and your jobbers together. And these are your questions of today. And I'll catch you guys on another video. See ya.